This video is about what you can do if it appears you cannot afford the talent that you want. Many recruiters are stopped cold when the labor market does not offer up exactly what you want. They don't want to appear to be incompetent and not able to find whom you want, and they do not have the skills to help you reconcile your desires with what is possible. This can leave you frustrated, wondering exactly what the situation is. Wentworth brings you data, and our senior staff is comfortable engaging you in a conversation about recruiting realities. The first step is to get the data. We gather compensation data for the exact population you want to hire, so the numbers are accurate and pertinent to your search. We only look at people in your recruiting radius. Again, the data are accurate and pertinent. And our data are only 2 weeks old, not a year old as many salary surveys are. If there's been a bump in the compensation levels, our numbers reflect it. This is a story of two obstacles. First, the board of directors did not agree on what they wanted. Second, neither of the two competing profiles existed. Remember that we quantify requirements, giving each candidate a numerical score against each requirement. The averages of those numbers are across the bottom of your screen. We also ask about candidate compensation. This is on the vertical axis. For some reason, the pay versus skill level dots clustered into two distinct groups. This person, the ideal candidate for one faction, fell in the gap between the two clusters. The members of the faction, however, still wanted this person, although their faith that they could find such a person was appropriately shaken. The second profile was equally problematic. There were no people who had the desired combinations of skills and compensation. The board now knew that neither option existed, and they had to look for a third option. This was a blessing, actually, since now neither faction could win, so neither faction would lose, making consensus easier to achieve. Secretly, we think the board leadership sighed a sigh of relief, but they were still concerned about whom we would present. Our recruiter developed a very compelling candidate who captured everyone's fancy, and they hired her. Remember that we are paid hourly, completely without regard to the salary of the person hired. We do not get paid more when the salary is high. We simply found someone who had the native skills and sophistication of one faction stream and the technical skills of the other faction stream. We are sure that this consensus would have been much more difficult, if not impossible, if we had not been able to present the labor market and the compensation constraints in such a vivid way. It was, of course, most important to be able to show that neither faction's desired profile existed in real life. The result is that not much time is wasted, so our single position searches, often filled with candidates others could not find, are reasonably priced, and the cost of our very high quality volume recruiting is likely less than if you did it yourself. We dispel the fog of recruiting. Our minimum standard for your satisfaction is delight. This is John Wentworth. We'd be delighted to delight you.